Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Dooley Harris Presents. We're doing a later than usual episode, but we're going to talk about something that needs to be talked about, the elephant in the room. People making excuses for this and that. We all need to get our emotions in line. We can't overreact. We can't underreact. We just have to be set, plain and simple, on things that are happening around us and not expect too much to where it's a point to where you have disappointment. Getting your emotions in line is anything can happen. You're only in control of yourself. So when things going on around you and you think that, it could end up a certain way, just, if you react a certain way, that's fine. But never do anything off of impulse without thinking. Never do anything under anger and never do anything under complete happiness. Things change. So,
Absolutely.
so with that being said, my guest, Ashley, how do you feel about
I mean, I'm on board with you actually. Like I've been having this nudge to just speak and I've been asking God like, okay, well, what am I going to speak about, And what's been coming to me is getting your emotions and feelings under control, which is crazy because like it's right on topic, but everything that you were mentioning. And also expectations, man. Like we all have different expectations of what is supposed to be. And we have to have our feelings and our emotions under control when things deviate from what we are expecting. Because, you know,
Well, the thing is, though, me personally, I have a lot of patience. It's to a T, and it's to a fault.
hmm
Because me being that way, I know when enough is enough. I can sleep good knowing when I cut somebody off, knowing when I say no. I can sleep good because I've gave you ample opportunities to actually
right,
to shape up or whatever. Now, I mean, it depends on what situation, but my patience carries because
right.
and it comes from self reflection. For me, it comes from self reflection. Um, there's been incidents where I was younger. I wasn't a fool. I was a goddamn fool. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it was points in times where you sit back and you reflect on things, and I used to get embarrassed. Like I actually did that. I actually thought like that.
Yeah, yeah,
And
but no, don't, not to cut
well,
you off. Go ahead, my bad.
well, the thing is though, is to fix it.
Right,
That's the
right.
key. Get it right, keep it right.
Yep.
You know,
Because,
go ahead. Now you go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you're okay. I was gonna say because once we know better, we have to do better. It's like our job to do better once we learn. Um, man, like it's so many things that's going on in the world right now that's kind of like playing um devil's advocate, if you will.
You know what?
Like,
And and not and hear me out.
hmm
We all do that in a sense, especially when we've been through so much, been through the treadmill, and can see a snake coming a mile away.
right, right,
We use it to our advantage. I think that's safe to say.
right.
You know,
I
you can't be straight up and down with everybody because everybody ain't going to be straight up and down with you.
right.
And then it's always the person that thinks they're getting over is you looking at them like I don't I don't think I have idiot written on my forehead just because I'm
Right.
not overreacting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not losing my thought process. I'm not getting upset. I'm controlling my emotions. Does
hmm
that gives me clarity at the end of the day?
Right.
So with that being said, I mean everything falls in line with that. I mean that hit me right on time. I've never been so compelled at this point in time right now. Maybe it's a lot. I mean, I spoke about what's going on around me and stuff like that, but I
hmm
mean, self preservation. I am only one person, and there's a lot going on that I don't like, and I'll go from there. I'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. And you know what? I think that's the most difficult thing because everybody is experiencing something, but everybody's not strong to actually handle what they're experiencing or going through. And that's why I say, like, getting your emotions and feelings under control would be the first step because in seconds after whatever you said or whatever you did out of emotion or feeling, you regret it. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have said that or I shouldn't have done that, you know?
Even
Or
though if you felt justified, even though if the person, you felt that person
yep,
deserved that, you.
you're yep. And you're gonna feel a way. So having that under control is like being powerful.
That's the most
Like,
power you can have. I promise you.
yes, yes, absolutely. And like, man,
And let me tell you, people look at that power as a weakness all day.
hmm but that's because it's not common. What's common is for us to be loud and obnoxious and, you know, rah rah, as some people would say. But that's not the way we handle things. That's not the way things get handled. Because in that state, nobody's hearing anything. Nobody's getting any point across. You know.
Absolutely
But
correct.
I wanted to piggyback on what you were saying earlier about like being too gracious, like extending too much grace. Um, that could be very, very, very dangerous because first of all, God told us not to overindulge in anything. Anything in an excess is not good,
It's not
right?
good. It's
And that
addictive in a sense.
right, it becomes a habit. And so with that being said, um sometimes we say yes when we don't want to say yes. We say no when, you know, it may seem convenient for somebody else, but my point is that at a point in your life, you have to say no. You got to stop overextending yourself to other people because at the end of the day, that's not what God wanted us to do. God wanted us to help, but to an extent, because at that point, you kind of like battling with God because God got everything under control. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Amazing point. Amazing point. And I do want to say this. We live every day. Our purpose is to be godlike, correct?
right,
We're not perfect. Okay.
correct.
But for when we go to God and ask for something and receive something, He doesn't absolutely just give. He makes miracles happen. But you take a
Right.
step, you take a step, you take 2 steps, you
Mm-hmm.
take 3 steps, 4 steps, you might fall down.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, it's divinely Him.
Right.
Now, if we look at other people in that same manner, we wouldn't have that issue. I helped you with this. That's done. That's said. I did more than over, saying more than I could do. That's it. It's done. Like I said, I would sleep well knowing I exhausted all of the avenues I could for
Right.
for someone that hasn't actually done the same. You got to think about that too. That comes into play.
Right. I mean, like, I really, 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 at like from the bottom of my heart, feel like people are so in competition with their like their own selves that is sickening. You know what I mean? Because it's so much that can be talked about in regards to this whole situation or this whole conversation, excuse me.
It's a
But the
lot.
point, right. But the point of it is like if we get out of our heads and we get our emotions and feelings under control, we could see clearly because most of the times the background noise is from ourselves and what we came up with. You know what I mean? It's like we allowed ourselves to get so low to where we got all this negative background noise in our head. And
You
once we get
you
out of that,
you have a perfect, absolutely perfect point because look at what we view.
yes.
Look at what we view. That's perfect. That's perfect. When you said that. Look at what we view. Is that
Mm-hmm.
okay in your head? You
Mm-mm.
have to ask yourself that. Then going further into that, you have to ask, is that morally right? Even though
Right.
everyone's doing it, should I do it too? And you have to ask yourself that. Me personally, I mean, and I'm gonna speak for you too. I'm sorry, but we
Okay.
just
Mm-hmm.
because everybody else doing it, I don't feel like you're gonna do it too.
No, I ride my own wave, and actually, that's something that gets me in a little bit of trouble because I got my own fucking program.
I live in trouble, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know anything else. It works though. At the end of the day, I
Right,
mean,
right.
you
Yep.
know, and that's why I was saying it's safe to say because I didn't get to where I was. I didn't get to where I am now going with the program.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because if that was the case, I could just go buy a book and be a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to think about that. So, thank you, thank you for saying that because it tapped into something that to where I'm at to the point to now. Like, you know what? I needed to hear that, and I need to say this.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're welcome.
you know what? Maybe it's therapy time. Maybe that was it too. I mean, I'm just saying.
But I mean, we don't have to put a negative like outlook on therapy. And actually, I want people to start thinking that therapy is just a normal conversation that you're willing to have and be honest in, you know what I mean? Because that's ultimately all it is you being in a safe space and feeling safe enough to release whatever has been worrying you. That's the reason why we can't get ahead because people they're pretending. It's like a real live showcase every day for some people.
And let me
Which
tell you this: some of my
it
best
should wait.
friends.
1 second though, 1 second. It should be that way though. Don't get me wrong. Like you should put your best foot forward every day. You know what I mean? Like it's your movie, you're the star. But don't put on so much makeup. You understand what I'm saying? Like be you, be authentic because somebody needs you.
I swear to God,
And
that's so correct. Somebody does need you at any point,
mm-hmm.
even if they don't acknowledge it. My goodness, you're right, absolutely right. Like, don't put on so much, makeup per se. It's not literal makeup, but just,
Right.
just play that normal role because there's more normal people out here than superstars.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be surprised who's going through what you're going through, even if not more.
That part. And that's
You,
where the break in communication with I think our culture and other cultures too, because they don't allow themselves to talk about what they've gone through. So other people aren't learning how to get through stuff because the ones that went through it, they don't want to talk about it.
absolutely.
But maybe it was just their job to indeed talk about it.
Or
Because,
put it to you to put it in front of you to know that it exists
right.
and have you do with it what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, like the world is on fire.
Yeah.
There's certain things, but you know what though? What gives me peace and guidance is there's bliss here too, and it's not always ignorance.
Hmm. No.
It's following the steps, taking the steps, and everything, and not allowing certain things into your life that people do.
Like you listen to a song, like instruments or music, however it goes, like you listening to it, right? And like this is the beat to your tune, like or the tune to your beat, however you want to say it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this, like you are vibing with this. That is how life should be. Like you should be vibing with it because for real, life is only, you know, a lesson every day. It's a lesson and a blessing every day. It's our job to figure out what the lesson and blessing is in the day and learn from it and live from it, grow from it, whatever it is, and continue on. Like the bad stuff that come along, that's just perseverance. Like when you get into where you're trying to go and you getting close, I mean, things are always gonna happen, but you gotta keep going. You know what I mean? Like at the same speed, at the same with the same motion, at the same with the same momentum. Like you gotta keep going. And
Yeah, Yes, I agree. I agree
It's
1000%.
difficult. It's really difficult. If it was easy, or we would have billionaires, trillionaires every fucking where. You know what I mean? But it's not simple. It definitely takes a practice. And I was just reminded, like, it takes 21 days to create a habit. That means it takes 21 days to uncreate a habit too.
I have to say, it might take more than 21 to uncreate that habit.
But it will at least get your mind in the
To
willingness
in the
stage.
right direction.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
To want to try. Cause shoot, if you tell me to stop doing some of my vices right now, I will look at you like,
Do
21
it.
days. Okay. All right, bet. But
And,
in that
and
21 days, I'll be strong. I'll be like, okay, nah, I'm good, like, but
you'll be on that side of the grass where you couldn't picture if you were standing on.
right,
And
right.
then it goes from there. It goes from there though. And this is doing. I don't know what it's doing for you, but right now this episode is helping me out a lot because
Absolutely.
to speak to someone who understands, and I can't leave out the house. I can't wake up every day and not learn something.
Mm-hmm.
It's, and because we all know-it-alls,
Mm-hmm.
which is the dumbest shit ever. But I mean,
Listen,
I mean, even with my job, I've been doing the same thing 25 years. Stuff changed. I have to pay attention.
I'm starting to want to change my whole name. And everybody who know me know I had Live, Laugh, Love as my Facebook name forever,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I'm thinking about changing it to Live, Laugh, and Learn because I want to learn every day. If I could, I would learn all day. And I really do, in a sense, because like I'm not just surfing Facebook or surfing. I don't even have a TikTok or Instagram. I do have an Instagram, but I'm not active. But you know what I mean? Like I'm looking stuff up. I'm like consciously looking at stuff. You know what I mean? Like just not unconsciously scrolling.
Look, and it finds you, and when it finds you, you lock in.
Hmm.
It's just positive stuff out there too. Don't just look for the negative because I just hate like some days I'm like tonight. I'm not going down my timeline and looking for nothing.
Right.
You know what I have right here is what's important to me is what I'm doing right now. That's gonna be my timeline.
Hmm. I'm making a timeline.
Yeah, exactly. Something
You
I
know?
want to see. You know, the
Right.
producer of my own movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Hmm.
You know,
Absolutely.
and as you should make that live, love, and learn.
Yep.
Do it
I'm going to. Absolutely.
because we laugh and ignorance is bliss. Live, love. So much stuff happens in between those two words.
Yeah. And it's not even that I don't have love, but I just think that even to love, you got to learn how to do that. Like it ain't just, it's you know what I'm saying? Like you still got to learn that. And that's individually. That's like love is individualized. It ain't the same for
It ain't the same for
everybody or every,
everybody. No, it's not.
like it's not. Um it's just crazy. Um But yeah, even with that, like people are lacking the support they need. Like people are doing some amazing freaking things in the world. Whether it be, graduating high school, graduating college, making it to the next step in your career,
You got to think
whatever it
about
is.
you. You're right. You're right. You got to think about what's going on in these days and times. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, but like people aren't being happy about that stuff. And I just want to remind people that, hey, you put the work in. You did the work. You put the long hours in, the time, all of that. That's what you did. That's you. Be happy. And if the people that are around you aren't happy for you, then I'm sorry, boo. You gotta let them go because they are not the support that you need. That's not the environment that you need to be in. You need to excel and you need to grow, and whoever that was for, boom, because I don't know where it came from, but it was good.
You know what though? But that's absolutely correct though. That's the way things should be though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I mean, no, all everything should be a surprise because I mean, every day we wake up is a blessing.
Right.
and an opportunity to learn and an opportunity to learn from something and actually utilize it is amazing. And to see it
Yes.
work, imagine how you will feel. But that step
Yep.
process, no one is taught.
Yep.
And I think it's safe to say, at least your mom, I don't know anything else, but I know your mom knows about this type of thing and everything. Like, and you know why?
Yeah.
It's certain things though, like things change too. Can you imagine what people have to learn when they're learning to be a teacher in this day and age, in the time right now?
Oh my God. Like they gotta take all these innocent bystander courses and stuff like that, like
All of
gun
that,
violence, all
gun
that.
violence, and then over all type of overdosing.
Oh yeah, with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
all of
man.
that. It's just crazy.
You have to understand that. Well, you understand that. People have to understand that.
Right. But I'm more so like wondering what's going on in these kids' heads. You know, like,
And a good way to find out
yeah, yeah,
is to ask. I ask them.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And they tell me some horrible stories, stuff I've been through, but they are a different breed of child. You
It's
know,
crazy. It's
I
like
might know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I said I might know this loving, this person. Like my job, like they might be A1 employee,
Mm-hmm.
but not going home to love
Yeah,
or going home to the power off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Things like that, like things I take for granted with these kids that breeds you to be a certain way. Imagine if and at some point in time, my power was out and everything like that, roaches and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That made me into who I am now. But who the fuck is gonna make it to something like to nowadays?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it's tough because like the government isn't helping the parents try to thrive in their homes. It's more so to break it up, and that sucks. Like the salaries and the pay is always less than the cost of living. Well, you know what I mean? Like it's a setup.
Well, yeah, no, it's
And
economics. So even when
yeah,
when when
yeah, yeah.
when minimum wage goes up, the cost of living goes up. So you're stuck in that same plateau.
But still, again, like I said, the your pay, your salary will never be higher or equal to the cost of living. It's not
Never,
going to happen.
never. And then that's why people try to beat the system too. So I can't be too upset.
You know, I mean, I'm beating the system is like the gift and the curse. Because yes, you're beating the system, but people who try to make it and like make, something, I'm not gonna say something out of themselves, but make it out of a certain uh tax bracket, they start paying for those people who just get to use the system.
Trust me, I
You know
know
what I'm
that.
saying?
I know that 100%. I thought
So
I'd
it's
be
like,
okay. Yeah, yeah. I thought I'd be okay being out in a different tax bracket.
but
Oh,
you start realizing what you're paying for. And it's like, yo, no, y'all don't get a job. Then ain't no kicking it, that shit,
thank
it
you.
don't make
Thank
sense.
you. Thank you.
Like, stop, no, get up and do something because y'all hurting us. You know what I mean? Like, and not to say it in a sense or matter to where people don't really need help. Disclosure, because everybody on here that listen to us and hear me talk knows that I have a big heart. I love everybody. I want to help everybody. Even if that is just me talking on here with Dooley
That
and
matters.
right. I'm saying even if that's just what it is, like if that's what people just take away from it. But what I am saying is, although I love all of those things and those things about people and helping people, I don't want to be a person who motivates somebody to be stagnant or be comfortable or just, be comfortable. I don't want to be that person because I know that if you put your mind to it, you can do it. I that's just how I feel. So put your mind to it and stop making people pay for your laziness. If you need it, you need it. It's a time limit though. And if I was the president, I would make a time limit for each state to allow people to utilize assistance because it's supposed to be a boost. It's not supposed to be um
A free for
it's supposed to
all
right,
whenever.
it's supposed to be a crutch. Like you be on crutches for a little while, either get your leg cut off or you get um a prosthetic, right? Or you're not on a crutch all your life. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's not how it
And
works.
for me speaking, I can speak for me on this. I had that crutch growing up. That crutch wasn't too
Hmm.
much of shit.
Come on. And it's like, can you, but at the same time, too, speaking in the same breath, I understand people weren't exposed to certain things, but I'm also the person of choices. Like you have the option to make your own choices. This is your life. I know some people don't realize that yet. Like you're in control of it. Um, God controls everything. Let me say that. But you control what you do on a day-to-day basis to activate what God has for you, if you understand what I'm saying.
I
You
understand
you
absolutely. I'm just
you
wishing
know what I
everybody
mean?
else that actually subscribed and new subscriber can understand that, comprehend that.
So you just gotta make sure, like
We
you
not dumb.
gotta you got to make sure that you move in with wisdom and that wisdom got to come from God. Like, so yes, of course, you know, you want to move in a way that God wants you to go, but you also want to make a conscious decision to make a move because it's easy to just stay at home and, just stay in your comfort zone. Like, you got to make a move and,
Ain't
and
no
listen
such
to
thing.
God.
No such a thing. No such a thing,
Okay.
boss. No such a thing. We
I
gotta.
already know. I
we,
already know.
me and you both know we gotta get out here and make something happen and make something shake because of what we believe in purely.
Right. Genuinely,
Yeah.
And I don't just talk about this thing, I walk this thing too, you know.
And I know you do. This is something that everybody needs to hear.
Right.
And on my way home, I passed through all type of wickedness,
Oh my God.
and it's cool to see, but at the same time, like it's a job I have to do to enlighten people, to motivate people, to empower people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's on them if they're a leader or not. I can't teach nobody how to be a leader. I can teach them
Mm-mm.
the proper steps on being correct and things like that, but and I've been tried so many fucking times, to the point to where I don't have, work wise, I don't have a Bible, but there's only one way to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So when people see that, they like, oh, yeah, but everybody want to have their cake and eat it too. You got to understand that.
Always. And if they can get more, they're gonna get more. They're gonna get seconds, they're gonna get thirds.
And fourths, and then they walking away from the reunion with plates.
And takeaway plates.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. This is
Yep.
dope, man.
But you know what though? But Dooley, let me say this though.
What's up? What's up?
We got to make sure that we're in the right environments. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to make sure that we are around people who are uplifting us. We uplift so much that we become drained, right? To where
You're absolutely right.
when we're supposed to give grace, we don't because we're not mentally, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been depleted.
And look,
So,
the best way I can describe it is when I pick my boss's brain daily, like to see, things and stuff like that.
mhm.
Um, we're not paid to be counselors, but at the same time, we got to be personable.
Yo, I was thinking about it earlier, driving from taking my son to work, and because he think he grown, but oh my God. Um, I was thinking,
Time fly past,
I,
don't it?
oh my God, it's just crazy. Um, but I was thinking about it. I was like, because I had a conversation earlier this in the day, and I was talking to a young lady, and she was really upset. But at the end of the conversation, it was good. But I was just thinking, because she told me like, you're like a therapist, you know,
I
and I
told you
was like,
that too, didn't I?
yeah, you did. A lot of people said that. I was like, maybe I should come up with something like, um, I don't know, some sort of like, I don't know, but like the
Well,
non-doctor.
I'm gonna help you with this part. When I listen and pay attention, it
Mm,
works.
yeah, that's dope. That's dope. And you know what's even more dope is it's like sometimes I wouldn't know what to say. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes things they just come from my heart. Like and it come out so smooth. Like I feel like more people need to hear because it's genuine, man. I'm telling you.
Thank you, because I was thinking like, too, why is this just so smooth though? And I can say the same thing, and then they say the same thing, but it's way more accepted than what the hell I just said. And I try to repeat you.
Right. That's dope. Like I really appreciate that. It's really cool. But I mean I think today we talked about emotions and our feelings and having those under control. And like I think that's the first step in anything that we can do from this point on, you know, because everything has a foundation and it has a base. And with that, that has to be firm and strong and steady for anything that you build on it to grow and prosper
And
and
and,
not fall.
and let me throw this game changer out here, because when you see people with some faulty shit, you throw that
Mhm.
curveball out there,
Oh yeah.
and then
And everything is shake.
yeah. So this is amazing that we get a chance to express that option that we give people. I mean, because look at it like this: they gonna listen to you or they not gonna listen to you.
Right. Either it's for you or it's not. You don't have to
Exactly.
agree, you know. But what I like to do is I like to relate and I like to bring, you know, real life situations, facts. I don't like to talk about what she said or he said. You know, that whole Diddy conversation, I pretty minimized that up too. The fact that he was taught that. And like a lot of people are saying now, like a lot of people are saying now, you know, um, imagine how many Diddies are out there. Like you got Diddies in the next room and so forth.
I have
But
to. We got to talk about that. I have to ask you about that. He beat
mhm.
the brakes off of that fucking woman.
Oh yeah.
Success shouldn't look that way. Imagine how
Oh,
many
but
millions and billions he made after that, and
is
everybody said it was
is
okay.
is humanity that shouldn't look like that. Because the thing is, like I said, how many like the people are saying how many Diddies are out there? It's women right now, as we speak, getting their ass whipped by a man. But because
I have to say this: there's women out here kicking ass too.
it's women out here kicking ass too, you know, but it ain't no excuse as to why. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it's
But
not.
it is going on. It is going on. And it
It,
just
it
wasn't
hap-
recorded.
It's happening.
It is happening. But my point is Diddy was taught all of that shit. I'm not saying it was that make it any better or make it right. I'm not saying that at all.
No one stopped him and been like, "Look, you don't put your hands on a woman."
I mean,
No,
obviously
no
not,
one.
because
You see what I'm
there's
saying?
somebody because there's other people out here right now who still don't understand that concept.
And that's the way things work with certain people.
That don't make it right though. But
It's not right. No, no,
that don't
no.
but no, check it. That don't make it right. And it also runs the very thin line of not making it wrong. Because if that is how you were raised, if that is what you were brought up around, and you didn't get the help to reverse that shit, then that is your norm. And that's what people fail to realize is that people are different.
No,
But
no.
people,
Listen to me. These Caucasian people know what you're saying.
oh yeah, 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 yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
right,
they
right, right,
label certain
right.
things. You know what I'm saying?
Right, 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 right. Exactly. That's why they get away with rape and murder and all that crazy shit because they've been in the program to I'ma say unfuck they mind. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect,
And
perfect.
it is because it's just crazy. Um, like we have all that shit in our culture. Molestation, um, uh, shit, what's the other one when you have sex? Incest.
Incest.
Shit, yeah, shit like that. Like that shit it's crazy and it's
That's a
real.
curse. That's a curse within our community,
Right, right. But
and it's
nobody
not
is
okay.
it's not okay. And but nobody is like, saying, hey, if this is going on, you know, say something. But they are saying other things. Like they're not making like it's just crazy, man. That's a
No,
whole
no, you're
probably
right. Let's go with it because they are saying other things, which will
yeah.
lead to that conclusion. You
Mm-hmm.
got to understand that. So yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Like this world is so backwards. I wish like I could. Well, actually, I don't because it's a lot of responsibility, but maybe like in one of my other lifetimes or something, I wish that I could have like my own um country or something of some sort. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let me tell you something. In this lifetime, what you can do is spark something like Tupac did to have your own.
yeah, that's true. But then they're gonna, but wait, pause. Pause on the real stuff right now. Let's get into some celebrity talk real quick. Did they say that Diddy killed Tupac? Is that what they were saying? I was in and out, so I don't know.
Well, just to give you a briefing, they said that he paid
Mm,
Keefe D, the person that's in jail right now.
mm-hmm.
He paid him $1 million to kill him per se.
Oh my God.
It's no judgment on me. Only thing I'm speaking of is police reports and everything else besides that. But then
Mm-hmm.
him doing interviews talking about them shooting Tupac. That's the only thing I'm speaking about. So
Wow.
so when Kiffy D was like somebody shoot him and it was supposed to be Orlando Anderson. It was four people in the car. Only people breathing right now is Kiffy D.
Oh wow.
He had a special agreement to where Queen for a day is what they call it. You get, you're anonymous, you won't be charged, but he pushed the issue on that. So once he kept saying it and saying it, they were like, well, shit, we got to charge you, fool.
Oh wow. Did
He
it to
gave, he
himself.
gave it, you got to listen to the whole confession tape.
I don't have
And
time for that, do we?
you don't have, exactly, but he confessed.
Uh-uh. Wow. I just happened to stumble upon Diddy's apology. I was like, ooh, where did this come from? And I didn't even know that it was real, but come to find
It's
out it
real.
was real.
It's
And
real.
that's how sincere it was. I didn't even know that it was real. I thought it was fake.
Mm-mm. No, he
It
said
wasn't
that.
sin that
He
yeah,
had
no.
to. He had to.
Yeah, no. And I think more so he was talking to his so-called fans.
Look. I don't. This is on my podcast. I'm here nor there. I cannot say that. All I can say is what's been put out and pushed and what I've saw.
Yeah, that's true.
Because people stepped away from him. I have interviews with people that actually work with him. So I'm just like, all right, well, everybody wants to step away from it. I'm not going to push the issue. We got Jaguar right. We got Orlando Brown pushing the issue.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I could care less anyway. But
Well, when it
when
comes
it's
to the glamour and glitz, it's not all that.
yeah, I already know because listen, I'm the one that be schooling people on underground and mainstream music, the difference between it. Once you go mainstream, it's a totally different ball game.
Didn't we just talk about this? I feel like I
Yeah,
talked to you about that.
yeah, because that's one thing I stick to. Underground artists, they not having that shit. They not. They like, oh yeah, well, sounds good, but I'll take my own risk, like
Yeah, that type of shit. And then be like, oh, you just want to be in the news? Infamous, not famous. Big
right.
difference.
Yep, you'll never make it to these type of awards and stuff like that. Fuck them
Yeah, well,
awards.
fuck them award, fuck them accolades. Honestly,
Yep.
I would never want my name to be known unless they watching something like this.
No,
I could be financially set doing this.
exactly. Because those other people, they always is somebody that's taking a fall. Everybody that is like a celebrity, I feel like has something negative said about them, like over the news or just in
And,
media.
and, and you got to remember when they say the word handlers and
Hmm.
grooming and stuff like that, I don't want no parts of
Hmm.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a script type shit.
Absolutely.
No, thank you.
Um, I thought this was going to be a bust. I was like, oh my God, I rushed home from work, saw two fucking stabbings.
That is so devastating, though. I'm so sorry to experience that.
And I'm like, and
Nobody
this
said,
motherfucker damn near naked, like, and I'm sitting at this light next to the fucking police officer, and he lit his shit. I thought he was pulling someone over, but we had to stop. Like, it's a group of people over in the corner flagging him down.
oh
Then
my
come
God.
one more police, one more police. I'm like, oh shit, let me get the fuck on, because I was trying to do this fucking show, and in a great amount of time. I love this one. This motherfucker finna bang.
Hey, I feel it. I
And you
feel
came through. You came through.
it. Hey, we always do our thing though when we get together on this
Absolutely.
podcast. So,
Absolutely. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, I mean, that's why I be like, okay, no problem. When you can't make it, I be like, okay, no problem.
Man, I
Okay, no
feel so
problem.
bad though. Like, and I'm actually I'm not even gonna say what I'm working on because I feel like when I say stuff, it doesn't come through like I need it to.
Okay, don't say it
But
then.
just watch though. You'll see some changes, in the
And
scheduling.
also let me know if there's any way I can help too.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I
You know what I'm
appreciate it.
saying? But
Same thing.
this has been great. It's been real honest,
Yes.
random.
Mm-hmm.
I made it home to do this, and you're amazing. Thank you. I'm gonna hit you up
Yes, likewise, likewise.
with some contacts, and we're gonna keep going. All right?
Bet.
You
Let's
said
do
vet. All
it.
right, all right, all right, for sure. No other choice. Damn it. All right, for sure.
All
All right, this
right.
has been great. Love you, and we're gonna keep it going
Love you too, man. Holler.
for shizzle. I always wanted to say that.
Right, right, right.